Would you like to learn how my wife Nikki and I paid off $91,000 in consumer debt in only 10 months and then built an $18,000 emergency fund, all while raising 3 kids in a single income household? In this video, I'm going to show you our actual written financial power plan that we use every single month to manage our money. Forget everything you think you know about budgeting. This is it. This is the plan. Check it out. Okay, I know a pen and paper is not very sophisticated. There's all kinds of apps and websites and Excel spreadsheets and stuff like that to do your plan on when you're ready to do that. But to start with, just grab a piece of paper and a pen, follow me along, do it in the order that I do it in. You'll have to add your own stuff at the end, but to start with, just follow along with me. Trust me, the plan works. Stick with me. So the very first thing that you want to do is make a column for however many times you get paid per month. So if you're paid weekly, you're going to need 4 columns. I'm paid twice a month, so I'm going to make 2 columns. Now in each column, put a square, and those represent your bank account. Now what you want to do is estimate your monthly income for each one of your paychecks. If you have no idea what it is, that's okay. Go back, look up your last 6 paychecks, add them all together, and then divide it by 6. That'll give you an average. If you had something really wonky in the last 6, like, I don't know, a huge check or a really low one or something like that, then do 10 and divide it by 10. Okay, if you're looking at my numbers and you're like, oh my God, this guy brings in $3,000 every 2 weeks. That is not me. This is not going to work for me. That's just not true. This same plan works no matter what your income is. This controls the outgo, and that's what's important. I coach people who are barely breaking the poverty line, and I coach people with millionaire status. This plan works for absolutely everyone. So don't worry about how much money's at the top. Honestly, what matters is what kind of money is at the bottom and what you do with that money that's at the bottom. So the very first thing that we're going to put on our plan is your rent or mortgage payment. Now remember I said follow with me and do this in order, because if you put the mortgage or the rent at the top and it gets paid first, that means you can't be homeless. Mine's $1,110 every 2 weeks. So not only is it going in this box, it's also going in this one. Why is it going inside the box? It's an automatic withdrawal, so it goes inside the account box. So the very next money we're going to plan and spend are the things to live in our house: power, gas, and water. My power and gas come in one bill, and they come in the second, after my second paycheck. They come on like the 17th of the month or 16th of the month. The water bill comes on the 1st and has to be paid by the 15th. So it's coming out of the first paycheck that I get every month. Now let's pay for some insurances. I got mortgage insurance, house insurance, and automotive insurance. So I do some work in healthcare, and I have some professional fees that I have to pay every year. I budget for them monthly towards the end of the year, so I'm going to add those in now. Okay, you gotta be able to get to work and to the grocery store. So unless you can use public transport or something like that, now is a great time to put down some money for gas for your vehicle. You'll notice I budgeted gas to come out of each paycheck. You gotta spread the expenses. That's all there is to it. All right, it's time to budget yourself some grocery money. Now, this one is really, really, really hard. I can tell you this, when we were paying off our $91,000 in debt in 10 months, we were extreme when it came to our plan. We cut everything as low as it can go. We fed a family of 5 off of $500 a month in groceries. Now that is extreme. If you want to know more about exactly how we did that, you're going to have to subscribe and wait. I'm going to get that content out there. But for this right now, budget yourself what you think you're going to spend. Almost everyone that I coach under budgets their groceries. For our purposes, I'm feeding 3 kids, 2 adults. We're in Canada. We're in Alberta, Canada, one of the more expensive provinces. I'm going to say $1,000. And that's $500 per paycheck. That means $500 in groceries every 2 weeks. Okay, hold it. Now is some time for some great news for you. If you take your income and you minus the expenses that you've laid out on your piece of paper right now, and you still have money left over at the end of this month, celebrate, because that means you have no reason to be homeless, not be able to get to work, or not have food in your belly. So everything after this really is just nice to have stuff. This is the needs that you need just to be able to have a home, get to work, and survive. So celebrate for a moment. Maybe things aren't quite as bad as you thought they were. Okay, so I'm gonna start adding some of our random personal expenses. If you have the same ones as me, follow right along. If yours are a little different, put yours in, put the numbers in. We're gonna do the math together at the end. So here we go. I know it's silly, but I just put our bank fees on our actual budget. It's only $16, but honestly, all of these little things really add up. So log into your online banking if you're not sure what bank fees are, but don't forget to put them in there. I've got a kid's birthday coming up, so I'm gonna put down some money for gifts. The other thing that I'm gonna do is budget some money for eating out in both of these paychecks, because I tend to take my wife on dates, and sometimes we bring the kids. But more importantly, I tend to take my wife on dates, so it's important to me that we have some money budgeted to go out for dinner in at least every 2 weeks. So that's one out of each paycheck. Now you're gonna notice I do that for pretty darn cheap. And again, if you wanna find out how we do some of this stuff so inexpensive yet have such a great fulfilling life, you're going to have to subscribe. It's nearly oil change time. I'm going to put some money down for vehicle repairs. There's an L in vehicle. My wife has a dog. It's a little, I don't know what it is. If you want to see it, say dog in the comments, but I've got to throw $40 down because, you know, she goes to the vet and needs haircuts sometimes. Okay, so that is what we have to do over the next month with our money. These are sort of the necessities of what we need to do. And now notice that I put the restaurant, the dining out money as part of my necessities. Now look, when we were paying off all of our debt, when we were still deeply in debt, it wasn't a necessity. Now we still did a little bit of dining out. We were really, really careful on how we did it. We were spending like $20. And again, if you want to know how, you got to keep following me. But nonetheless, it is a need for us because it's really healthy for our relationship. And without our relationship, well, everyone goes broke through a divorce. So it's it's good. Okay, it's not just for financial reasons, but honestly, you know, we're doing this to grow as a family, and that is really important. So if you believe in that, put date night in the comments. Okay, so that takes care of most of our must-haves. Now, I know there's a few things in there that could be cut, like Netflix or whatever, but this is really our monthly must-haves just to stay functional as a family. Now, what we're gonna do is have a look at how much money we're left over. So basically, just take your income minus what your outgo was, and that's gonna leave you with a number at the bottom. Okay, there's only one more crucial step worth to finishing off this written financial power plan, and arguably it's the most important step. It's definitely the most fun, and that is deciding how much you are going to spend out of this, whatever you have left over. In my case, it's about 630 bucks. How much you want to just throw away and do whatever you want to do with. That could be like Starbucks, or lots of times I buy tools with mine. It's literally just money that you're going to blow on whatever crap that you want. And it's really important that you budget yourself some, because you've got to have freedom to spend. And if you're married, both of you should have an amount that you're going to spend every single paycheck on yourselves, on whatever you want. Here's the cool part though. All the bills are paid. You've even hopefully got some money for dining out if that was your thing. The next Netflix is paid for, your phone bill is paid. It's all been paid already. So this is literally just money that you're going to blow on whatever you want. So when you're using this plan, it's important to recognize that the items that are inside of your account box, those are automatic withdrawals. So what that means is you need to make sure when those automatic withdrawals are going to happen, that that money is actually there. So we've got our mortgage payment and our water bill coming out of this first paycheck. So no matter what happens out here, we always make sure that this money is available in the bank account, because when we take out, or when we're actually spending our money, like on groceries and gas and stuff like that, we actually pull the cash out of the account and put them into envelopes so that we can actually stay on track and spend that money on the things that they were planned to be spent on. It really helps to control your spending. Follow me to learn more about that, because my wife actually made some really cool envelopes, and I'm going to show you all about how that system works and why it's so incredible. But nonetheless, just be very careful when it comes to these account boxes, that money is actually available in your bank account. Using this plan, if you pull this cash out or write these checks or e-transfers or however you do that stuff, if you do all of that, there should be no reason you ever like swipe the debit card and it comes up no funds available or something like that, because all of the money has already been planned. You just have to stick to the plan. Now I'm ending this video here, but if you want to continue to learn how my wife and I paid off $91,000 in debt in 10 months, then built an $18,000 emergency fund, just subscribe and like and follow and give me some comments, ask some questions. I want to get to know you guys. Let's go down this path together. I will show you what we did with this money that got us to where we are, and you can do the same thing if you want to end in the same place. So see you next time. All right, a guy's gotta eat, a girl's gotta eat, everyone's gotta eat. Budget yourself.